Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And here's the meme of the day brought to you by 5mind.com. You know, sometimes you stumble upon something online that's just so stupid it's almost unbelievable. Although the fact that legendary attention-seeking grifter Sneako is a part of this video, it may not be that unbelievable. He is indeed the guy who took an IQ test live on stream and scored a 95.
Oh, this one's tough. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know the pattern. I don't get it. What? Yeah, let's finish it up.
Anyways, I've got this interesting clip with Sneako as he's engaging live on stream with what appears to be Myron Gaines' brother, and the conversation they're having is so incredibly brain dead. They think they're being real deep, highlighting the real hypocrisies, telling the truth, but they're making possibly one of the dumbest, most copium points I think I've ever freaking heard. And while this may just be a dumb streamer clip, I think it actually speaks to a larger phenomenon here, frankly, a phenomenon that is a guiding light for left-wing ideology, these third world grievance narratives, these ridiculous false dichotomies, and pathetic victim perspectives. Let me go ahead and show you guys the clip, and then let's cut through all the BS, shall we, as we usually do. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let's start off with the context here. Essentially, you have two situations that transpired in Times Square. You've got Norwegian soccer fans doing some sort of a rowing meme. And then let's contrast that with another event that happened in Times Square, an Islamic supremacist event where a massive group of militant Muslims took over Times Square and turned it into a religious ceremony.
We're done hiding. We're done. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be upon, of Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadan Rasulullah. There is no God worthy of worship except Allah, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final prophet Muhammad.
And so you've got these two juxtaposed moments, and now let's go ahead and take a look at the insight that came from Sneako's stream. Get ready for a real big brain take.
All the nations in the world are here. A lot of them are celebrating New York. The Norwegians were doing the woo.
I saw.
Throwing the boat.
Yeah.
And so the complaint about bringing Times Square is that, oh, they're coming to assert dominance. They're going to show their culture.
Look, yeah.
It's a display of foreigners asserting dominance in Times Square. Let me make my point. So the Norwegians came and they all did the rule. Rule. Foreigners asserting their dominance and displaying their culture in the cultural hub of Times Square. Did you see anybody complain?
Yeah, nobody complained.
No, they didn't. But
they didn't say a word.
I see a little on my timeline too.
Yeah, you can.
No one said a word of complaint.
You can say it's a double standard. The reason for that is obvious. It's because Norwegians are white, so they're not going to get mad.
So it has nothing to do with Islam. It's a racist.
Well, it's a cultural thing. Norwegian culture can be in some way. Doesn't have anything to do with the United States. These people are European. They're white.
So then they have
I'm not justifying it. I'm saying, why would they get mad? Obviously, when it's a bunch of brown Muslim.
It's about foreigners displaying their culture. But Vikings rowing has nothing to do with American culture.
Yeah, but they're not, because the people aren't. What I'm trying to tell you is, if it's white people in a white country and another group of white people come to do some different white, as in like anything that's Scandinavian, Norwegian.
What is white? Who is white?
But European culture has had its roots here in the United States.
Oh my freaking lord, I don't even know what to do with this stuff anymore. But that right there, folks, I mean, that right there, that is basically the epitome of left-wing thinking. That's the type of rationale, the mode of thought that now I believe defines the left wing. And some people might say, well, oh, Sneako, he's a right-winger, he supported Trump. Give me a freaking break. The guy is a grifter who's just blowing with the wind. He's not even really an Islamist. And as we know now, as he's on his full-blown third world grift, well, he's voting Democrat across the board. bored, he keeps saying. So that pathetic excuse is out the window. You know, Sneako's always changing. He's always kind of attempting to redefine himself so he can maintain his relevancy in the streamer circle. But while his public persona shifts, at the end of the day, there's one thing that remains the same. There's one thing that has always defined him. He is a grievance-ridden third world victim. Always has been. We saw that with how he acted in the Black Lives Matter movement. And this right here is another prime example. I mean, what a ridiculous comparison. Oh yes, it's totally the same thing, right? Norwegian people engaging in some wholesome secular fun, showing up at Times Square and doing basically like a little social media stunt. Americans have no issue with that. They have issue with Islamic calls to prayer, where you have imams saying that they're gonna take over New York City. Oh, it must be because they're racist. Oh, it's because the Norwegians are white. No, it's because the Norwegians aren't threatening theocratic, autocratic takeover and conquest of our beautiful land? How is this even remotely the same thing? The comparison makes absolutely no sense. One is just a bunch of wholesome people having fun. The other is an ideology of conquest, abuse of rights, theocratic tyranny. And what's funny is that Sneako basically let the cat out of the bag. You kept hearing that, right? In that earlier clip, he was saying, oh, well, you've got foreigners coming in and asserting their dominance. What is wrong with you? Does your brain even work? You have the audacity to call yourself an American? What's wrong with foreigners coming into our land and attempting to assert their dominance in our spaces? Literally everything? Could you imagine Christians going into the Islamic world and taking over their big public spaces for massive Christian prayer and saying, this entire land, your Islamic land, your Islamic utopias, we will conquer these lands and turn them Christian. They'd be chopping your frickin' head off in the town square. Let's be frickin' real, you'd be in prison in 30 seconds flat. Oh, those horrible racist Americans. Oh, you horrible, horrible white people. Once again, what's on display here is how incredibly tolerant we are. Honestly, probably to a fault. And the proof is in that Times Square event. We're so committed to notions of freedom of religion and freedom of speech that we allow subversive groups to come in and say things that frankly should get them deported. Not to mention one of the deepest points of hypocrisy. Sneako's doing the same thing apparently now. He's taking the grift to a whole other level.
This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. Welcome to Mamdani's New York. You see this city? You see how it looks? Inshallah, your city looks just like this too. Hey, welcome back to Mamdani's Republic of New Yorkistan. The best city in the world. I told you New York was a Muslim city. And inshallah, your city looks just like this too. Inshallah, the whole world's just like this. Islam will be at every doorstep. Everybody will know the truth. Everybody can be Muslim.
Again, you know, tolerant and accepting to a fault, where in some of our native Western homelands, we've completely inverted, where the people facing legal consequence are not those calling for religious overthrow of our societies or engaging in acts of extremism. No, it's those who are calling it out, like in the UK, for instance.
When kids are getting raped and murdered, in my own country it's happening as well. Hey, you stood there smiling. Muhammad and Muslims are nothing but evil ideologies. It is evil. What, you just slammed me into a... Oh, mate, what's that? Have a nice afternoon. How is it racial?
Because you call Muhammad a rapist and a killer.
Yes, because have you read the Quran? Have you read the Quran? Have you ever read the Quran? Because it shows you in the Quran, doesn't it?
And it's funny because I have some European viewers sometimes, or I interact with people from Europe, and I tell them, you know, you guys don't have free speech, and they get so offended. Of course we have free speech. What do you mean? It's just that hate speech is illegal. Yeah, apparently this is illegal hate speech, having an opinion, identifying a certain subculture in your society that you believe is a threat, a legitimate religious zealotry that actively presents itself as a threat, where the holy books are essentially calling for violent conquest or subversive conquest by means of psychological information warfare or having tons of babies to basically become the most dominant force in the land. Yeah, if you identify the clear issues, the massive red flags, that's hate speech. It's an absurdity. Very clearly, there's no double standard here. No, the concern is valid. Sneako and his little buddy there didn't catch us on some big double standard. Oh, you're okay with the Norwegians rowing because they're white, but you hate us because of the color of our our skin. No, it's never been so superficial now, has it? It's always been a whole lot deeper. And I think right there, that's pretty self-explanatory now, isn't it? Anyways, that's what I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.